Good evening. I'm Stacey Amos for News Channel 8, and these are the top stories that we have for you tonight. It's carnival time in St. Thomas, a lockdown at Golden Grove, a journalist receives death threats allegedly with ties to a political candidate, and international sports legend Lance Armstrong joins the St. Croix Ironman Triathlon. Those stories and more are up next for you on News Channel 8. Top story tonight, we begin with a very important announcement from WPAP CEO Hugo Hodge. He's on the line with News Channel 8's Wes Small.
On the line with us this evening is Executive Director of Water and Power Authority about some information about St. Thomas District. And Mr. Hugo Hodge, thank you, sir. Director, I know you're very busy. Please give us an update on what's going on.
What transpired yesterday, Unit 23 had a failure. It wasn't a major component, but because when a unit trips offline, you'll have some damage to other components. All have been rectified, with the last one being the starting diesel. The computer board needs to be replaced. This is a component that's only used when you're bringing the unit online. This unit has been running since December nonstop, so there's been no need to utilize that component, and that's always something that just to have a little concern with. When you're bringing a unit offline, it's come off of a hard fault. We've located the part. It'll be on island today, and we hope to get the unit back online later on today. We had an upset earlier where a couple other units shed some load, but we've got them back on and stabilized, and we hope to rectify it today. We're very mindful and concerned about the impact on businesses. We know that, on all people for that matter, particularly businesses that are trying to make it in this tough economic times. We know that it presents a hardship, but we want to assure that the men and women of the Water and Power Authority take great pride in their work and are working diligently to rectify the situation. We also want to dispel the rumors that this had anything to do with the influx of visitors into the territory or attempt to meet additional load at the Carnival Village or any of those crazy rumors that we've heard so far. It's solely the result of an equipment failure, and once the equipment is rectified, so will the problem, and it will go away. And we anticipate a smooth rest of the week as in this regard.
In other news, keeping it on St. Thomas, Carnival season has arrived.
The Carnival Village is officially open. That's one. Second thing, I want everybody turn either to your left or to your right and say nice and loud, Happy Carnival!
On behalf of the Executive and Building Representative Councils, the office staff and the entire membership of the St. Thomas St. John Federation of Teachers, we would like to congratulate you, our very own retiree, on your recognition by the Virgin Islands Carnival Committee for the contribution to the success of our Carnival Village.
I want to say thank you to everybody, and as I said before, but I didn't tell you all, but when Caswell called and he asked me to take the honor, and I said no at the beginning, and he called back, I said, you know something? You should take it, because you represent 60 for the 60th.
I want to say congratulations to her for this year's, for the honor that she has of the village being named after her, and to thank her for everything that she has done throughout the years, from her involvement as a child to here at the 60th, to make sure that we each and every year have fun. And I hope that this year, more than anything else, as we keep our eye on 2017 and the 100th anniversary of these Virgin Islands as part of the United States, that we bear in mind how fortunate we are, even though it is very difficult times for many in our community, that this year, with the people who have invested in the booths and the costumes, with the parades, with what's going on in the field, that we enjoy each other, that we have fun with our family and with our friends, and that we recognize how very fortunate we are to be in St. Thomas, to be in the Virgin Islands, but more importantly, just to be with each other.
Diageo held opening ceremonies earlier today for their state-of-the-art visitor center on St. Croix. Here's more on the story.
It's been 3 years, 10 months and 1 day since we announced this initiative. And look how far we've come. It's been 2 years and 8 months since very close to this area we broke ground and actually started the construction of this facility. And it's been 17 months, as I said, since we started producing great rum. This distillery represents a $180 million investment in St. Croix, and with the visitors centre added now, totals up the total investment to $185 million. We principally relied on local labour for the construction of the distillery and for the visitors centre. We've done exactly the same. Once everyone gets a chance to go through it, I'm sure you'll agree with me, this is a state-of-the-art, world-class facility. The whole facility is world-class. Everything that has been done here on this land is environmentally sound, it's modern, and we also have now built up our total employees across this area to 85 full-time employees, including visitors centre staff and guides. And more than 80% of the roles have been filled by local Virgin Islanders.
David Gosnell called me and said, listen, we want to go just a little bit further. We don't just want to build a rum distillery on the island of St. Croix. We want to do more than that. We want to see how can we capture the visitors that are part of coming to St. Croix to understand the history. Not just with the resort developments that you have planned in the future, but also with the cruise ships that you plan to start bringing and increasing to the island of St. Croix. So this afternoon, when we cut that ribbon, we will have the distinct pleasure of being similar to the Johnny Walker House in Shanghai, the Guinness Storehouse in Dublin, the Visitor Heritage Centre in Scotland, and the Rum Centre in Australia. The island of St. Croix with the captain fits in now to a matrix of centers that Diageo has said that their brands are important to them, and we think that St. Croix is just as important as part of your history, but also what we want people to know. And so really for me, it is a pleasure to be a part of this relationship. And it's a relationship that I've come to understand well over the years. Whenever I get a call from Dan Kirby, I know that is business and it's something serious. When I get a call from David Cutter, I know everything is going okay. When I meet with Guy Smith, I know everything is on the path to success. And when David Gosnell graces me with his presence, I know we're there. And this afternoon, I know that we're there.
There we go. Hey!
And we'd like to thank Earl Morris for providing us with that footage. For the second time in just more than a week, another reported stabbing at the Golden Grove Correctional Facility. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
Thanks a lot. Here we are at Golden Grove Prison once again, and things are not good because they're at lockdown. There's no sign of life here, not even the guys doing landscape, no tilapia farmers out or anything. It's on lockdown. Here's what happened. It was around 5:55 or 6 p.m. that 911 got calls on Sunday night about a detainee who was rushed into surgery at Juan Louis Hospital after he was stabbed unknown parts of his body. No suspect is in custody. It is being described as a third-degree assault. Right now, I'd like to go to the Bureau of Corrections spokesperson, Ms. Jewel Anderson.
An inmate remains in stable condition today at the Juan Louis Hospital following a stabbing incident which occurred at the Golden Grove Adult Corrections Facility this past Sunday, April 22nd. While a potential suspect has been identified, the investigation continues. Preliminary reports indicate that an altercation did occur between two detainees and intensified into the stabbing. Following the incident, the facility was placed on lockdown, and officers conducted a shakedown of the inmates and all the dormitories in the immediate area. No weapon has been found today.
For now, no suspects are in custody. The second incident in 10 days has led this facility to be locked down once again. Here at Golden Grove Correction Facility, I am Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Investigative journalist in the Dominican Republic fears for her life after receiving death threats, and a political candidate is allegedly linked to those threats. And we also have your lottery numbers. Caribbean Report, and those are coming up next for you. Now here's your Caribbean report. From the Caribbean region, Children of the Caribbean Foundation is pleased to announce that musician and American Idol judge Randy Jackson is a supporting sponsor of the second annual fundraising and awareness event, Every Child Matters 5K Run Walk. It'll be held on June 16th at Loyola Marymount University campus. Every Child Matters 5K Run Walk is a U.S. ATF sanctioned event that helps to raise funds and support and nurture the lives of underprivileged youth in the Caribbean. From the Dominican Republic, the presidency's press director Rafael Nunez revealed today that the government received information on the alleged threat against investigative journalist Nuria Piera more than 1 month ago. Nunez's statement comes just hours after Piera expressed fear for her life on the alleged threat. Ruling party Senator Wilton Guerrero said Monday that international drug traffickers allegedly linked to presidential candidate Hipólito Mejia were plotting to murder Piera to jeopardize PLD party presidential candidate Danilo Medina. Speaking in his office in the Senate, Guerrero said a reliable source provided the information as they've done in other times and have also turned out to be true. The lawmaker said a Colombian, a Mexican, and some Dominicans linked to Mejia's campaign allegedly are involved in a plot to assassinate her and had met in a hotel in the country to plan the action. Not even the intelligence agencies had that information, he said. From Jamaica, RJR News has learned that the positions of 75 pilots employed to Caribbean Airlines and based in Kingston are to be made redundant come next month. A source at the Jamaican Airline Pilots Association told RJR News that the pilots were advised by representatives of Carnival Limited, a subsidiary of Caribbean Airlines, this morning that they will no longer be employed to the airline as of May. In music, keeping with Jamaica, dancehall recording artist Mavado is to have a major role in Shatas 2, which began filming last Friday. The movie is a sequel to the 2002 urban classic Shatas, which starred Kimani Marley, Carlton Spragga-Benz Grant, and Munar Zaka. Also from Jamaica, popular fetish priest Nana Kwaka Bansam has predicted that Jamaican roots reggae dancehall artist Buju Banton, who is currently serving a jail term in Jamaica, will soon leave prison a free man. From Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico's Electoral Commission opened an investigation on Monday into allegations of vote tampering and voter fraud by both of the island's main political parties in the island's recent political primaries. Governor Luis Fortuno has stated that whoever was involved in the wrongdoings, no matter which party they belong to, will be brought to justice. If the shoe fits, wear it, he said. And your cricket update. Shillingsford has put Aussies in a spin. A 4-wicket haul by off-spinner Shane Shillingsford underlined a disciplined West Indies bowling effort, but an unbroken 43-run 8th-wicket stand saw Australia fight back at the close on the opening day of the final test in Dominica yesterday. Be sure to check Facebook for all stories and details on all reports in the Caribbean Report. Now, there's lots of buzz surrounding the planned sports complex in Frederiksted. Here's more on the story.
You did not support this administration.
Oh, no, I am not I'm not a government representative. I'm not a representative of the governor, and I'm not here together with Malcolm, even though we support the project, and I want to see it come to fruition. This is a strictly economic situation. Right now, I can't imagine dropping $50 to $55 million in a community like Frederiksted can't be a good thing. Or if it has some quirks that we can't work the quirks out. Now, I understand that that there's not a lot of details yet, and a lot of people who are reluctant to support it are saying, well, we don't know the details, so we can't support it. However, it doesn't deter the ones that are opposed to it. They have the same information that we have, and they are already opposing it. And so I think that it behooves us, the ones that support it, to come out and say, yes, we support this idea, and we're anxious to hear the details about it and have our input, and then come up with a final product that we could support. And I think that at any point along that line of development, that one could then say, oh, no, I don't like this. It's terrible. And then withdraw their support. But I think to come out from the get-go, we're not out the starting block yet, and to say, I'm not running this race. We need new money. We need new money coming into this place. We cannot talk about, I'll tell you how strong I feel about this. If a proposal come up now to just simply renovate the Polly Joseph Stadium and the Terrence Martin ballpark, just to renovate it and have a nice ballpark just for us, I'll be against it. This is a strictly economic situation. Right now, I can't imagine dropping $50 to $55 million in a community like Frederickstead can't be a good thing. Or if it has some quirks that we can't work the quirks out.
We'd like to thank Earl Morris for providing us with that footage. Now get your pens and pencils out for those lottery numbers.
First prize, 20781 for $175,000. Second prize, 30559 for $65,000. Third prize, 9681 for $40,000. Fourth prize, 24878 for $30,000. Fifth prize, 12775 for $20,000. Next drawing, May 10th.
We hope we had a winner out there. Coming up, international sports star Lance Armstrong is coming to conquer the beast.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
May 6th is the date for the St. Croix Ironman, and News Channel 8's Wes Small shares all the exciting details for this event, including special guest Lance Armstrong.
In the wide world of sports, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Tom Guthrie in the 24th annual Ironman Triathlon, half Ironman.
Ironman 70.3 is what it's called now.
There it is. And the beast and everything. And before we get into, Tom, what's going on with you and how we can volunteer and so forth, and about the route and everything. Lance Armstrong, Tour de France winner, multi-winner, and so forth. And he is going to participate in the St. Croix Triathlon. You know you got to get me an interview with him.
He speaks French, too, in case, from all the time he won the Tour de France. So throw him a few French questions.
I had 5 years of French, man.
I bet he speaks
good luck with that.
I bet he speaks better than you.
Oh, yeah. Tom, not only Lance Armstrong, as we're watching some pictures of him right now, but what does this mean for the boost of St. Croix right now?
Well, I tell you, since we made the announcement yesterday, my phone hasn't stopped ringing. We're talking to press, we're talking to different athletes, we're talking to other pros. The Ironman company, the World Triathlon Corporation, has been on the phone with us, giving us some advice on how to handle a celebrity. So. This is one of the biggest visitors ever to St. Croix.
So we're going to have a lot more media here than just to follow Mr. Armstrong, that's for sure. All right, now let's get to what's going on. What do you need? Let's get the numbers on the screen. You need some volunteers. Tell me all about that.
Yeah, it's a fun race to work at, and it doesn't happen without volunteers. Yeah. And they can call us at our volunteer phone number is 773-4470.
All right. Let me ask you this, back to Lance. He's not going to be swimming and running.
Yeah. No, he's a professional triathlete. This is his first season as a professional triathlete. In his first race in March in the country of Panama, he was second. He's a legitimate shot to win this race.
All right. Okay. That's good then. All right, besides Lance, tell me some other favorites who's going to come back.
Well, Terenzo Bozzone, who won here a couple years ago and is a former world champion, is coming here. Andy Potts, who's never raced here before, who's one of the best in the world and a former world champion, is going to be here. We have last year's winner, Max Kiriot, from the former Soviet Union, is going to be here. So it's an international field, and it's got a whole bunch of talent.
Wow. All right. How could people get in touch with you if they want to volunteer and so forth?
Call our volunteer hotline, 773-4470.
Tom, what do you think about the roads? We're coming down King Street and so forth. We saw a lot of potholes patched up and so forth. How are you dealing with Public Works, Commissioner Smalls, and the governor so far about the route of the triathlon?
We are getting tremendous support from the governor and the commissioner. Paving started today. Drivers will notice starting at Salt River and going west, and starting at Kramer's Park and coming back to town. The route is being paved. It's going to be in beautiful shape for our visitors.
Tom, thank you very much, bro. Guys. It's the 24th annual 70.3 Ironman Triathlon. I'm Wes Small at the transition area for News Channel 8.